The male heir thought he was the king of the household. He thought his sister was just a shadow he could step on. He didn't realize she was the one recording his every move. In a busy subway station, I met Victoria. She was holding a briefcase and looked like she was on a mission. She told me she was heading to her brother's sentencing. The golden boy was finally getting his due. It was a story I had to hear. Victoria's family wasn't just any family. They had built a successful business from the ground up. But inside their beautiful home, a storm had been brewing for years, centered around her older brother, Alex. From a young age, Alex was treated like a prince. He was the male heir, the one destined to take over everything. This entitlement grew into a monstrous sense of superiority. He believed the family business, the house, everything belonged to him. His two sisters, Victoria and Chloe, were treated as second-class citizens in their own home. Alex would belittle them, sabotage their efforts, and constantly remind them of their supposed place beneath him. Their parents, hoping to keep the peace, often looked the other way, which only fueled Alex's tyranny. As their parents grew older and started talking about succession, Alex's behavior escalated. He saw the company shares that were rightfully Victoria's and Chloe's not as their inheritance, but as something being stolen from him. He began a campaign of intimidation, trying to wear them down. It started with verbal abuse, shouting matches where he called them worthless and greedy. He'd corner them, his voice low and menacing, warning them to back off. He told Victoria she was nothing without him, and that she should be grateful for any scraps he decided to throw her way. The breaking point came one evening. Alex, furious that Victoria refused to sign over her shares, lost control. He cornered her in the study, blocking the door. He wasn't just shouting anymore. He slammed his fist on the table, inches from her face, and shoved her against the wall. He threatened her, saying he would make her life a living hell, that he'd ruin her reputation, and ensure she never worked in the industry again if she didn't sign the papers right then and there. He grabbed her arm so tightly it left bruises. In that moment, Victoria wasn't just scared, she was determined. She knew she couldn't fight him with force, so she decided to fight him with something far more powerful, the truth. What Alex never knew was that for the past year, Victoria had been documenting everything. Fed up with the constant gaslighting and abuse, she had strategically placed tiny, undetectable cameras and audio recorders throughout the common areas of the house. The library, the dining room, the living room, every tirade, every threat. Every moment of his aggressive behavior was captured in high-definition video and crystal-clear audio. She had recordings of him boasting to his friends about how he was going to handle his sisters. She had footage of him screaming at their elderly parents, demanding they change their will. And most importantly, she had the entire assault in the study on camera. With her briefcase full of evidence USB drives containing hours of damning recordings, Victoria didn't just go to a lawyer. She went straight to the police. When the authorities reviewed the footage, they didn't just see a family squabble. They saw a clear pattern of criminal behavior: coercion, assault, and extortion. Alex was arrested. His arrogance evaporated when he was faced with undeniable proof of his own monstrous actions. He tried to claim the footage was fake, that his sister was manipulating the situation, but the evidence was overwhelming and irrefutable. The court proceedings were swift. The jury saw the same footage the police did. They heard the audio of a man trying to bully and threaten his own family into submission for financial gain. The judge called his actions a despicable abuse of trust. Alex was found guilty of extortion and assault. He wasn't just disinherited. He was sentenced to several years in prison. His life as the golden boy was over, replaced by the reality of being an inmate. Victoria told me that as she walked out of the courthouse, she felt a weight lift off her shoulders that she had been carrying for 20 years. She and her sister were finally free. They now run the family business together, creating a legacy based on respect and partnership, not tyranny. Her story is a powerful reminder that sometimes the quietest person in the room is the one with the most power. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic abuse, please know that you are not alone and hope is available. You can contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Their number is on the screen now. Reaching out is a sign of strength. Thank you for listening, and please take care of yourselves and each other.